Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My hair is wet. It is not dirty for once. I actually just washed it 3 times. It was really grody. Anyway, I wanted to sneak in one more video before the end of the year. At the beginning of this year, I had uploaded a video about starting a project pan. I wanted to go through and I wanted to start using up products. A lot of it was stuff that was just kind of getting old and I wanted to really work through. I had a couple of foundations that were just kind of halfway used and I really wanted to get through those before I moved on to other things. And the original plan was to do like a series of these videos throughout the year. That didn't end up happening. I did do a few updates and videos earlier this year, maybe around like March, April, somewhere in there. I did do a few updates where I just kind of showed you a few things I had used up and I had gone through. I did use up some foundations, I used up some powders and things like that. And I never really did any more updates, but I did start putting some things aside as I would go through and as I would use up products. I just started putting them in the bottom drawer of my vanity, and I've kind of dubbed it the product graveyard. And so I thought I would just sit down today and film a product empties video because I have so much literal trash sitting here in front of me that I just want to throw it away, get it out of here. But I thought I would show you what I've used up this year as far as products go. Again, this isn't everything because I have just kind of tossed some stuff along the way, just not thinking about it, and I kind of just threw away empty stuff, and then later on was like, oh, I forgot I was going to film some videos, and then I didn't. So again, this isn't everything, but there's still a lot of stuff here. And I'm going to start here with a product that I made like an entire dedicated video about. This was the Heartbreaker Gummies. This was like a hair, skin, and nails vitamin. I used these for 30 days. I didn't notice any difference in my nails. I didn't notice any difference in my hair. The only difference that I did notice in my skin was that it kind of was worse. I had a lot of really like bumpy texture on my forehead. I had a lot of breakouts, and I did notice that once I stopped using this and went back to my regular daily routine without using these vitamins, everything cleared up. My skin got a lot clearer. It got a lot smoother. So I would never repurchase these, and I would never recommend that you purchase these actually. So that's one that I used up. And let's move on to a few hair care products. I don't go through a lot of hair care stuff. I wash my hair maybe once or twice a week. I don't really use a lot of product. I don't blow dry. I just don't do a lot with my hair other than coloring it every so often. I did go through, this is the R&Co Analog Cleansing Foam Conditioner. I started using this once I did the Vivid colors, and I use this about every other week, which is really all I've been washing my hair since I put these colors in, just to keep them in a lot longer. I am going to go ahead and let this fade out. I'm not sure what I want to do with the color, but I'm sick of babysitting it, and it has been a lot of upkeep, and it's been a lot of work, and even just paying for all the color that I've been putting in my hair, it's been a lot of money actually. So I'm going to switch back to like a regular shampoo and conditioner. Right now I'm using the Bumble and Bumble Gentle and Super Rich. I'm not sure if I want to do any more Vivid colors or if I want to go back to just blonde. I haven't decided yet. I also this morning just used up this R&Co Dallas conditioner. This is their biotin thickening conditioner. I like that a lot. I've had that for quite a while. Now, something that I do cheap out on when it comes to hair care products, because I just go through this stuff so fucking fast that no matter if I'm using a higher end one or if I'm using a cheaper one, for me personally, I find that they all kind of do the same thing for me. So I go through a lot of cheap dry shampoo. I've got the Dove. This is the Invisible Dry Shampoo. I've got Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Tapioca Dry Shampoo. I should have held on to all the dry shampoo I went through and put those in the drawer. Probably 15, 20 of these I've used this year. So, and then for body wash, I went through this body wash from Philosophy. This is Lemon Custard. This is probably one of my favorite of their scents. Lemon Custard, the Gingerbread Man, which doesn't smell anything like gingerbread. It smells more like ginger ale. I like that one a lot. And then in my shower right now, I have one that's like vanilla chocolate crumble or something like that. But they all smell so good. They lather, but they also leave your skin feeling really soft. Like they don't dry your skin out. I shave my body with these. I've used this stuff as shampoo if I'm in a pinch, but I don't know that I would really recommend it for that. But I really do like it on my body, and I love the fragrance fragrances. So I'm always going through those. I went through a couple of deodorants this year. This is the Old Spice Timber with mint. And then I got this little travel men's degree and Cool Rush. Now, at some point this year, I did end up trying some of the non-cancer causing deodorant, the kind that doesn't have aluminum. And I feel like I've tried those before. I tried one a few years back, and then I tried another one this year, and they tear up my fucking armpits. I mean, they're red and they're raw and they break out. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and risk cancer and just use regular deodorant. So, and then while we're on the subject of body stuff, I did go through this. This is the Sol de Janeiro My Soul Stick. This is an SPF stick. It's SPF 50. I use this on my face. I use it on my lips. I use it on my body. I use this pretty much all summer at Cedar Point every time I would go. And I went to Cedar Point 27 times this year. And this is what I really used for the most part. Now, I even actually scraped out the inside of this. So it just kind of like a lipstick or a lip balm or anything like that. Once it's kind of like leveled out and flattened on the top, there's still so much product underneath there that if you really get in there and scoop that out, you can still use a product like this for a long time. And so this definitely kept me from getting sunburn all season. I really liked it. I never really like an SPF product on my lips, even though I did use it every single time I went to Cedar Point. I wanted to make sure my lips were protected. But when you're using an SPF product on your lips, it's almost like when it gets inside of your mouth, it has this really nasty aftertaste that I just hate. But I dealt with it. I did it. I didn't get sunburn at all this year. And I really like this one a lot. And then I like the fragrances of their products. So like the Brazilian Crush, this is the body fragrance mist. This is a small one, so I went through this one really quick. But I like their Bum Bum Cream. I really like that smell a lot, and I'll definitely be buying more of those kind of products in the future. And then another fragrance that I went through this year, I don't remember what this one was called, but I got this one from Lush. This is their, it's called their Gorilla perfume. That's not the name of it. I think that's like the line of perfumes. I don't know if they sell these anymore. I had this one for probably about 5 or 6 years. It was at the back of a drawer. I kind of like the smell of it. It has like this patchouli kind of scent about it, but there's like something else in there besides the patchouli. And I liked it, and I liked it paired with other fragrances. But what I noticed was when I wore this on its own, it didn't last very long. Now, I get complimented on my fragrance all the time, no matter what it is. And every single time that I've ever worn this, nobody said anything. And so it's either it must not have smelled good or it didn't smell like anything at all. And I feel like this one really did just kind of like go away really, really quick. So, but I wanted to use it up because it was in my drawer. I didn't want to just get rid of it. So I used it up. That one's gone. I probably wouldn't repurchase. I don't even know if I can. Okay, and I think that's it as far as hair and body stuff goes. So let's move on to the face stuff. So I went through a couple of face washes this year. This is the Squalane Cleanser from The Ordinary. I had originally bought it in the smaller size. This is before they had the bigger size. I went through this really, really quick, and I really did like it. When they finally offered a larger size, I bought this one right away. I've gone through this one. I've since opened another one that I'm currently using that's in the bathroom. So this is basically a balm that turns into an oil the more that you rub it into your skin. And then once you hit it with water, it kind of turns into a milk, and then it rinses off completely clean. So it doesn't leave any kind of an oily residue behind, which is great because I'm an oily skin person. And so I don't want all that extra oil sitting on my skin. This one removes makeup. It removes the dirt. It removes the grime. It really does get rid of everything. I will definitely continue to purchase this one as long as they keep making it. I really, really like that one a lot. While we are on the subject of oil cleansers, let me pop this one out really quick. I did go through a bottle of the Cleanse Off oil from MAC. As far as oil cleansers go, this one is definitely my favorite. It doesn't burn my eyes. This one I feel like does get everything broken down and removed as far as like eye makeup and mascara, all of that shit that would be on your eyes quicker than the Squalane cleanser does. But at the same time, the Squalane cleanser is your makeup remover and it's your face wash. It's everything all in one, where when I'm using the Cleanse Off oil, I'm really only using that to remove my actual makeup before I would then go back in and use a cleanser to actually wash my face. But I'll probably at some point end up going back and repurchasing this just because I really do like the way that it works, and I fucking love the smell of it. This one's one smells so good. So another makeup remover, I've got this Bioderma micellar water. This is the CBM H2O. I believe that this comes in two different versions. There's one for like normal to oily skin, and then there's one that's like more normal to dry skin. Obviously, I have oily skin, so I use the CBM line. I like this stuff a lot. I keep repurchasing this. I've got another one that I'm using right now. I've gone through a few of these. I will definitely continue to repurchase. As far as some more face washes go, I had this Mario Badescu Botanical Facial Gel that, while I liked it and it didn't like break me out, it did an okay job. When I got it anywhere near my when I got it anywhere near my ears. When I got it anywhere near my eyes, it burned the fuck out of my eyes. Like, it burned so bad. So I wouldn't repurchase this just because of that. Other than that, it was okay. And then this is one that was gifted to me by a client. I think this came in her BoxyCharm. This is the Glam Glow Gentle Bubble Daily Conditioning Cleanser. Now this one does lather like a traditional kind of like face wash. But I will say, even though this one does lather, which I normally wouldn't really like on my skin, it never made my skin feel dry or fucked up. Like, it never made it feel tight after I dried my face off. This one did kind of keep a little bit of moisture to the skin. Now, I don't know if I would actually purchase this one, only because I like the squalane cleanser from The Ordinary so much, and I'm gonna keep using this one. But if somebody gave me another one of these, I would definitely use it because I really did like it, and I would recommend this product. I like that one a lot. And then I have this cleanser that I got as like a rewards perk from Sephora. This is the Drunk Elephant Best, I don't know how you pronounce that, number 9 jelly cleanser. And this one was okay. This one didn't bother me at all. But again, I just like the other one so much more that I'm going to keep using that one. Another Ordinary product that I've gone through so many of, this is the Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Hyaluronic Acid. This is just like a pretty standard daily moisturizer. I use it morning and night. And then with these larger tubes, once I'm all the way down to the bottom and I can't get any more out, I cut them open and I scrape whatever is left inside of these into a smaller container, and I continue to use it for like another few days. But I've gone through 3 of these larger ones this year, and I have a smaller one in my medicine cabinet right now that I'm working through. But I definitely need to go online and order another one of these before I run out of that one, because I fucking love this moisturizer. This one works so well. Another Ordinary product, and this is one that I just started using this year. I went through this entire bottle, and I have another one that I've already opened and I'm using. This is the Glycolic Acid 7% Toning Solution. I use this one in the morning on a cotton pad, and then I use their retinol and squalane at night. This one I didn't quite use up all the way. It's down to about right here. The reason why I stopped using this and considered it empty is because I bumped up to the next level and started using their retinol 1% and squalane. This comes in, I think it's 0.2%, 0.5%, and then 1%. But I started with like the lowest one. I worked my way up to this one. And then again, once I got down to about here, I'm like, all right, I've been using this long enough. I can go ahead and bump up to the next level. That's what I did. So I stopped using this, but I'm considering this empty because I'm just not going to use it. So that's my face stuff that I went through. I do have a couple of lip scrubs that I used up this year. This is the Jeffree Star Velour Lip Scrub. This is in the flavor Pancakes and Syrup, which pretty spot on, I gotta say. Now, I've used a couple of his lip scrubs and they do the job, but I almost feel like, I don't know, they're almost a little stiff and they're a little hard to get out of the container. Like, when I scoop it out of the container, half of what I've scooped out falls off my finger and into the sink, and I'm like, all right, I need to get some more. So again, I just feel like I end up wasting a lot of this product. But the lip scrubs that I like more than anything are the ones from Lush. This is the chocolate lip scrub, which I went back to buy another one of these and they said this one's been discontinued, and I'm like, fuck. But I really like the formula of this one. The scrubby particles are like super tiny, and the texture or the consistency of it has enough give, and it's just loose enough in the jar that you can get out what you need out of the container without it plopping all into the sink. And it just really does a good job of scrubbing the lips. If you have any kind of dead skin or any kind of like gunk on your lips that you need to get off, this one does a better job than this one does. And these ones are pretty cheap. I want to say these are maybe like $10 or $12 at Lush. If Jeffree Star came out in a flavor that I was really drawn to, I would probably end up picking that up. And I'm going to save this container because what I've been using it for since I ran out of the lip scrub is when I need to cut open one of these moisturizers and scrape out the inside. I'll scrape it into this container and leave this in the medicine cabinet. So I have gotten some use out of this container itself. Okay, so then a couple of brush cleansing products that I've been using. I keep going back and buying this Ulta Beauty brush and sponge cleaner because honestly, I've been really lazy about actually washing my eyeshadow brushes over the last several months. And I've been using this as just like a spot cleaner. But this isn't something that I'm gonna wash like face brushes, beauty blenders, any of that kind of stuff with. So, but I do keep this one on hand at my vanity if I have like no clean eyeshadow brushes and I just need like a quick, like, you know, scrub this one off really quick. This one's been doing the job, and I bought this one a couple of times. But as far as washing like my face brushes, beauty blenders, that kind of stuff, my favorite brush cleanser that I've ever used, and I've tried so many at this point, is the Beauty Blender Solid Cleanser. That one, I feel like there's nothing better than that. It's really pricey, but it works really well on not only beauty blenders, but on your face brushes, on your eyeshadow brushes. It gets everything out. And so I think I've kind of been on this quest to find a brush cleanser that's going to work as well as the Beauty Blender Solid, but not be as expensive. And so basically what I've done this year is I've spent a lot more money than I would have spent if I just bought that cleanser on a bunch of other stuff that I didn't like nearly as much. Now I have one at the sink right now that I should have brought in to show you, but it's the Morphe Solid Cleanser that I bought at Ulta. But it's the same idea. It comes in like this little like screw top container that you like open it up. There's like the solid cleanser in there, and that one just doesn't do it for me. It does not work as well. And so I'm a big fan of Kat and Haley, who do beauty news. I don't know if you guys have watched their channel before, but not only do I watch the beauty news channel that they do, but I also watch both of their separate like personal accounts, and I watch their personal videos. So I really like them. I really like their recommendations. I've been following them for a long time. And so for a while now, I've been hearing them talk about this Daiso Puff and Sponge Cleaner. And so I finally decided to try this one, and this stuff was absolute fucking garbage. This is not gonna get makeup out of a sponge. It's not gonna get makeup out of a puff. This is definitely not gonna get makeup out of a beauty blender. I couldn't get like a brown transition eyeshadow out of an eyeshadow brush with this. Like, this doesn't work at all. I would highly recommend that you never waste your money on this product because it was fucking garbage. And so now I think we can finally get into some makeup products. I did go through a few makeup products this year. So first of all, let me pull these out of this MAC bag here. Actually, the MAC products I have in a bag because it's like my back to MAC stuff. So I keep that separated from the rest of it. But I do have a couple of eyebrow products here. So I have the eyebrows, they call it MAC Eyebrows. 2 words, not one, which I don't understand that at all. But this is the MAC Eyebrows in the shade Stud. This is a little twist up micro eyebrow pencil, which I can't twist it up anymore because it's gone. But this is in the shade Stud, which was a dark brown. I also have the Shape and Shade Brow Tint in the shade Taupe, which you guys have seen on my channel plenty of times. And guess what? They fucking discontinued this shit. Of course they did. The best eyebrow product out there, and it's fucking gone. Leave it to MAC. I have a base coat and a top coat. These are both from CND. This is the sticky base coat, and this is the super shiny top coat. Now, this one isn't completely used up, but here's the thing. I've had this same bottle of base coat for probably 7 or 8 years now, and it's just not usable anymore. And I paint my nails all the time, and I use this every single time that I paint my nails, and I cannot get rid of it. Like, this bottle was just so big that I can't get rid of it. And it's also at that point now where the brush just doesn't really get in there to get any product. It's just become really hard to use. But that's why I considered this one empty, even though it's not actually quite empty. I did repurchase this, but I bought it in like the regular standard size. And then I did buy another one of these super shiny top coats too, because I really like this one. So definitely will repurchase, already have, and will continue to. So a couple of mascaras. I've started using this L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black mascara because it's super cheap. I can pick these up for like $5 at Walmart, and they work just as good as anything else. I think this stuff is just as good as the the other L'Oreal one, the Voluminous slash Paradise one. I think this one is just as good and it's half the price. So I already have a backup of this. So we've got 2 empties of that. And then this one was just fucking garbage. This is the Essence You Better Work Volume and Curl Mascara. No, like literally this stuff, I had curled my lashes and it takes me a while to curl my lashes because they're so straight and they want to point straight down. But I had curled my lashes, spent all that time doing that shit. As soon as I swiped one time with this mascara, they completely just like fell. You could just watch them fall. It was really, really bad. I would never, ever, ever use this again. It was horrible. I finally mostly went through, this is the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Taupe. This one, even once it wasn't usable anymore, I still kept trying and I still kept using it. And it just got to a point where it was so hard and stiff and you couldn't really get anything out on your brush at all. So this one is done. I feel like these should actually come in like smaller containers or just have less product in a container, because I feel like you can never quite get to the end of a product like this without it just being unusable, you know? But I do like this product and I would use it and I would recommend it. So, this Ben Nye Pretty Pink Translucent Face Powder. I went through this one and I bought like the large size, so I have replaced this. I do recommend this. And for anybody who has my coloring, you know, like a piece of Chip Chop ham, and doesn't like to completely neutralize their face because then it makes your face look like peanut butter compared to your body, then I would definitely recommend this powder because it doesn't really look pink on the face. It just looks correct on a pink skin tone. You know what I mean? So this one is definitely great. I highly recommend this one. I also went through a pressed powder. This is just the empty pan because I had depotted it and put it in a Z palette. But this was the Select Sheer Pressed Powder from MAC. This was in the shade NW25. Again, we're just looking at a pan here. But I did use this entire product up. And I think that the Select Sheer powders have been discontinued. I think that's happened. So you can't repurchase that, so I won't be. These are not completely used up, but these are done. These are the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealers. I have talked about these on my channel countless times, and I really, really like these a lot. The problem is, I feel like they kind of go bad not really fast, but I think definitely within the year you need to replace these, because what I noticed the last several times that I was using these, no matter where I put them, even underneath my eyes, every time I would use these, I would break out in that area. And it's crazy when you have like breakouts on this part of your face, because like who gets zits right underneath their eyes? And I noticed that the only time that it was happening is when I was using these, and it didn't happen when they were new products. It was like when I had them for like about a year or so and I was still using them. So definitely if you have these, replace them often. And they're like $5, so they're super cheap and they're easy to replace. So those ones are not empty, but they are done. I also finished up this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the shade Eden. I really like this one. I like this formula. I think this one works really well. It was finally done. Now I did replace this, but not with the Urban Decay one. I actually ended up buying the Milani eyeshadow primer because it was like $5. Maybe it was like $6. I don't know. It was really cheap. But it was a lot cheaper than spending $20 on another Urban Decay one. And I just didn't feel like shelling out that kind of money right now. I haven't used the Milani one yet, but I will keep you updated. And my voice is starting to go because I'm getting sick again. I was sick for 3 weeks in December, and now I can feel myself getting sick again, so great. But I just have a few more products here, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I do have a bunch of lip products in here from MAC that are in my Back to MAC bag. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lipsticks. I've got a couple of lip glosses in here. And these aren't even necessarily empty. It's just that they're so old at this point that I can't hold on to them anymore. I can't use them. I gave them all a smell and they smell like crayons, and that's what happens with the MAC products. That's all just being taken back to MAC, and I'll get something in return for that. And then there's this Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil, which I used the entire damn thing. I really liked it. I was using it every night before bedtime, I think. It took me maybe 2 months to go through it, but I really liked it a lot. I might repurchase this one. And then finally, the last product. I've got a couple of these Buxom. They're both the full-on lip polish and the full-on lip creams. I think the lip polishes are slightly more sheer, and then the lip creams are a little bit more opaque. But I love love these. I love the Buxom formula. I've talked about these before, probably a bunch of times. As far as lip plumping products go, I feel like these are the only ones that actually visibly show on the lips that they are plumper. And I have a couple of new ones in my drawer behind me already. So these ones are my favorites. And that's going to be it for today. That's going to be it for this year, actually. Yeah, again, there were more products that I did use up. And if you go back into my videos from earlier in this year, I don't know if I did any actual dedicated videos to product empties, but I did mention some at the beginning of other videos. So they are there. They do exist. If you're interested in seeing what all I used up this year, if you go back far enough and do enough digging, you'll find out. I think I used up more like skincare and body stuff this year, but I think that's to be expected. And going into the new year, I'm definitely going to continue to focus on using up the stuff that I already have in my collection, and not just buying stuff for the sake of buying stuff, buying new products just for the sake of reviewing them on my channel here, which is kind of what I was trying to do for the past probably 2 years of my channel, is trying to just kind of keep up a little bit here and there and show you guys new products and is it worth it. But really what I found that I was doing is I was going into debt, buying all of these products, but not really getting much more use out of it after I created a video with a lot of this stuff. And now here I still am paying for this stuff. I still have credit card debt that I put myself in, buying all of these products to like make videos about and things like that, you know what I mean? Which is probably another reason why I've slowed down on making videos, because people aren't really that interested in makeup tutorials. My makeup tutorials don't really get a lot of views unless they're also a review of a brand new product. And again, I just can't afford this shit anymore. I'm trying to move. I've got other shit I need to do. So if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, follow me over on my Instagram, because over there I can create cool looks with my old products and not have to worry about spending money I don't have on products to keep my channel relevant. You know what I mean? I also don't have to worry about fumbling over my words for 3 hours and then spending days editing it to make it something watchable. But there will be new videos in the new year. I just don't know when. I don't have any plans for any new videos. I think I'm gonna concentrate a little bit more on using up my old products and maybe creating some photos, maybe some mini tutorials and that kind of stuff for my Instagram, because I feel like that gets a little bit more traction and that gets a little bit more interaction than I get here on my YouTube channel. But for those of you who have stuck around, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. There is going to be more stuff coming in the new year, but again, I'm just not sure when and I'm not sure what. But have a happy new year. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.